Let's get it.
Nick Jadashai, let's talk about your journey to America.
In actuality, they were fucking terrified.
No.
This girl started rumors.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sick all the time. Casimir loved that hard soccer punch me from like behind.
Wait, what? Actually? Are you ready?
We're ready.
Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 11th episode. Lucky number 11.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Master
the number
number.
11. That's my master number. Wow. Numerology just keeps popping up in my
It
life.
does.
I'm not kidding. Ever
Nicola
since we
just
talked
told
about
me like the Kardashians just...
that was on my fact check.
Was it? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. But why does every time we talk about something, it comes up in the next week or so?
Trendsetters.
We're trendsetters. We're manifesting stuff. Or it's the Bader-Meinhof effect. Do you know what that is?
No.
Bader-Meinhof is when you, like, if you see a red Jeep and you're like, wow, I like that red Jeep, you're going to start seeing them more and more. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Keep the mic up, goddammit.
My bad.
This guy already.
We have a special guest on today. Nick Jadashai is here
Nick
with
Kumar.
us.
What's up,
What's up, baby?
everybody?
How are you?
Welcome.
Good.
Welcome
A little
to...
nervous. I think you guys should have a heart rate check for everybody.
Oh my gosh, that would not be a bad idea.
That'd be fun.
Imagine we
That'd be
just get
fun.
everyone, we clock them, and I put them on the thumbnail, make sure everyone knows what it was. Thanks for coming. We told you like almost a week ago that you were gonna be on, and thanks for accepting.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Samir FaceTimed me while I was in Chicago, in the middle having the best weekend of my life, and interrupted it just to tell me that he wants to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just joking.
I had to call you about work.
We had work.
It was funny because I was literally just woke up from a nap and Samir was like, hey, you want to join? I'm like, sure, why not? And like, I wasn't like excited because I just woke up and then I see Nicolette snap on there.
You're like, sure. But didn't Mandy snap us? Mandy
She
sent
did
us.
Mandy
after
sent us that
I was
after
like,
he's-
then I like realized, I'm like, oh my God.
You're
like,
going to
I'm
be on the
about to
podcast.
be on.
It's so
You're about to be famous, boy.
Here we go. Here's the start. Okay, so before we get into stuff about you, Nick, we're going to get into our normal fact check, do a little bit of a recap, and then we'll talk all about you. We won't talk about
Right now,
anything
we just
else.
listen to Fia.
It's all
Pretty
about
much.
me
If you
right
got
now.
something that you
Okay,
kick in.
so we really don't have that many facts, actually. But we talked about the movie Blank Check. This is a Disney Channel movie that you brought up. And you said that the girl, he like fell in love with an older woman, whatever, and she kissed him on the cheek. She didn't. She kissed him on the lips.
Oh, my God. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She kissed him on the lips. And guess what? That came up on my TikTok.
No.
Yes, it did. Popped up on my TikTok page and was like,
That's
how
the
did...
fucking, what's it called, effect?
That's the, what, the Bader-Meinhof?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it is. Or it's the internet listening to me. But how did we allow that? An old woman, she was not old, but like, that kid was little. He was a baby.
You know, it was like you heard that part of the podcast
I did,
where
yeah.
Blank Check, where the girl, where I said the kid falls in love with like an older woman.
Right.
So she kisses him on the lips, and the
Yeah.
kid's like 13.
Yeah.
I think he's younger than that, dude. He is little.
He's little, but
Yeah, but whatever.
he's like me when I was 13. Like you would think you're 7 or something.
Right, yeah.
You know? But
Yeah, that's me now.
Nick hasn't grown an inch
Since when?
since like he was
8th
like in
grade.
7th grade.
Actually?
Nick was as big as he is, weight and
Well,
height,
maybe
everything.
a couple inches, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Nick was fucking huge. Like everyone looked at Nick like he was like the power forward center.
How tall are
Like-
you?
I'm like 5'11" and a half.
Okay.
Lying ass.
5'10".
5'10" and a half. But
No, seriously, I'm like 5'11".
I believe.
I believe you. I believe you. You look like a 5'11" guy. Not quite 6'1" or 6 foot.
No. I always want, I'm like, why can't I just have that extra half inch?
Well,
Yeah.
when you wear like Air Maxes or some shit,
yeah.
then you're 6 foot.
Yeah, I always want an extra inch or two as well, but
Trust me, all guys want an extra. No,
oh my God. Okay, moving on. I neglected to tell you that I'm also going to Formula One race in Austin, Texas
you
this
forgot
month.
about that, huh?
Yeah, I
know
wanted
you're
to,
too cool.
I wanted to add that in because that's a big part of my month. And when I was editing, I'm like, girl, you're also going to see a Formula One race in person.
That's crazy.
That's exciting.
That's
So,
next week.
You know how we were like trying
Next
to come
week?
Next week.
Oh.
Yes.
in Austin? Yeah, is it in Austin or you guys? Yeah.
Mhm.
So we, initially me and Nicolette wanted to come.
Yeah.
And then, but just too busy with work, bad timing.
For sure.
And then, so I'm like, let me just track the flights for fun.
Yeah, and
type
see.
shit. You know, I already decided we're not going. You know, because I had to put my foot down. You know, and then but
I'm sure
I was like, let me just
Nicolette
track
making the decision.
Right.
So no, if it was her decision, trust me, we're fucking going.
FOMO.
But no, so I've been tracking the flights and they're expensive for one. It's like $1,000.
It's so
It's like
expensive.
$1,000 to fly to Texas, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Go down to $950. A few days later, $1,050. A few days later, $1,000. Guess what it is today? It's like $1,800.
You're lying.
Yeah, I'm literally like, oh, definitely not happening.
Once we
going.
started, once we actually bought our tickets, I stopped looking at those prices.
Yeah.
I mean, why
How
would
much
I?
were tickets?
Well, for the actual race or the flight?
race.
The race. So we put like a down payment of $100 to save our spot, and then we got sent the tickets, and then we ended up paying like $200ish to
that's not bad.
$250. So around like
for
$350
the
total
Formula One tickets.
for the tickets.
That's not bad
yeah,
at all.
it's like
3-day pass.
it's a 3-day pass, and then we're also just like on lawn general admission.
Yeah.
So if we get there early, we could have a good seat, but. Yeah.
You're going to want to walk around, bullshit a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, is going to be an experience. But yeah, we bought our tickets and we're flying into fucking Houston. We're driving 2 hours to get there because we're like, these prices are insane.
What's the difference? Like, how big of a difference is it?
Like
So say-
$700 difference.
So, like, $300 to fly to Houston and then $1,000 to fly to Austin?
No, it was like $500 to fly.
Really?
Yeah. And then all of the Austin, like the times that we needed were like $1,200.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So
That might, yeah.
it's,
That's insane.
it's
You
going
can fly to Montenegro, bro.
I know.
You can fly to Montenegro for
Straight
fucking.
up, yeah.
Now
I
it's
know.
like,
I mean-
it might be $1,900, I swear to God, like, to fly to Austin right now.
It's
Right.
so
So-
expensive.
I got my dad's ticket to go back home for like $900.
No.
Yeah. But this
Oh.
was like back in June, so
But still.
But June is still summer. Like,
yeah. Well, like when he left in June, but when I got it, it was like maybe like March.
gotcha. Still, I know, because when it's July or August, the prices
Yeah.
skyrocket for.
Yeah, for sure.
Europe.
For sure. Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about my cool trip next week because
It's dope.
That's exciting.
it's
have
a
FOMO for
it's
sure.
a really I'm really excited. Anyway, and then the last fact was about Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians talking about numerology on their show this week. And we've been
It's a
talking
big
about
thing. So, like, NBA teams hire, not maybe every NBA team, but some owners will hire, like, a numerologist.
that. That's nuts.
And then, like, figure out, like, who's the best, like, what's the best date this, what's the best date this. Like, it goes down to the point, like, what's the date that I should, like, do my grand opening for my company?
Wow.
Like, all that shit matters because, like, if you do your grand opening on a specific date, it means, like, good fortune and shit like that, you know?
So I do have a fact check.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Tell me.
So going back to Samir when he was talking about Kumar.
Oh yeah, tell
Okay.
us.
So number one, like your kids cannot get married. Like I know you said like down in 20 years,
Gotcha.
you know, they can like run into each other and not know each other and fall in love and get married.
Yeah, they cannot.
You know,
I
so
was
technically they cannot.
Yeah.
Because supposedly they're supposed to like get to know
Family
each
now.
other.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no, that's what I said, but what I meant was, like, imagine telling an American person that, they'd be like, what I
Yeah,
mean
we
is
have
they're
no
not
blood relation
legally, like,
or
yeah, where it's
yeah.
not, like,
Gross.
gross
Yeah.
technically,
Yeah.
you know, but for the Albanian community,
Yeah.
it is gross.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, as a Kumar, so like a definition of a Kumar, so let's just say Kreese is your Kumar, right? God forbid, like you and something happened to you, like his title is to like make sure like he takes care of Nicolette. So,
Okay.
you know, he should always be there for you. If you guys have like issues or anything like that, he's like the one that like you can go to for, you know,
Gotcha.
Wow.
anything that you need.
Mhm.
You know what's interesting about Kumar's is you were his, but he can't be yours, right? There's like that rule.
So you're not supposed to, technically, like you could
Okay.
if you wanted to.
It's almost like, and you told me this, I
Yeah.
think, he's like, you're kind of like wasting it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
because
you're
like I
wasting
already asked him to be my Kumar, so like what's the purpose of him asking me to
Gotcha.
be his?
Because we're already now
Gotcha.
related. Like, now we're already family.
Okay.
So at this point, that's why, like, you're not supposed to. People do.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I mean. Like, people do, but you're not supposed to.
Right.
You know? Like, have your cousin be your Kumar or
Yeah.
have your brother be
Because
your Kumar because you're
didn't-
literally wasting it. Like,
Yeah.
You're like,
Didn't like Dom and Steve do that?
Yes,
Like,
they
weren't
did.
They both each
Mhm.
other, so yeah.
but
Yeah.
see, then that's like not a big deal. Like, come on.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
I know
know?
it's not like if you do it,
You
you're-
can't
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
So like so like for me, I had 2 Kumars,
Mhm.
right? So technically, like people are like, "Oh, why would you do that? Because you're not supposed to." I'm like, "Why does it matter?" Like,
Yeah.
I pick whoever I want.
right.
Because if he picks Like he picked me, say, and then it's supposed to be either my brother or my first cousin.
Yes, I know
And
that.
Or
like
it
Rob
doesn't have
McPherson,
to be. It could be anybody you really want. You can bring
Okay.
your nephew if you
Oh,
want.
really?
Yeah.
I could just pick
Yeah.
whoever in my
you want
family.
as
Gotcha.
second person.
Wow.
Okay, and then same thing like with Rob McPherson was his other Kumar, Christian.
Yeah,
Which then it would have to be your brother
Correct.
at that point,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
He would bring Christian with him.
gotcha.
Okay.
Wow, thank you for fact checking us. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah, Smear
Any
didn't know
boater
shit.
questions we have?
You
Any
can
boater
come to
questions we
me.
have? We ask this guy.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Recap over this last week. What did you do while I was away? You both can speak on that.
We had a softball game.
Oh yeah.
We went 1-1, so better than our normal.
Yeah, Robert got hurt.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
He's still laying
I
down
felt
with
so
his
bad.
leg up.
It
Yeah,
was
he
scary.
had to get X-rays and everything. Took him
Still
to the
feel
doctor.
bad. It's still scary. I don't know, but I talked to him today. He seems like he says it might not be that serious. He can't walk.
He's
that
literally
great.
walking with a cane right now.
Really?
I
So
told him
we're-
that's some gangster shit. Though.
it is actually so funny to see because right now he's not getting out of his pajamas and he has his glasses on. His hair is crazy as it is, and then he has a cane and he's just limping with his cane. And I just see him walking down the hallway. It looks like an old man. Like
yeah,
legit.
so like I didn't see like the actual injury happen, but like the girl that like does our scores,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Oh no," she's like, "It's bad." She's like, "I heard it from here," and I'm like, "Oh god."
Oh no.
That doesn't
When
sound
people
good.
say that,
Yeah,
I heard it.
Right.
I heard.
it.
You
know,
ain't
I'm
hear
like,
shit.
fuck.
No, I really hope he's okay because we have to walk around next week.
Yeah.
So,
but get him like.
if
I was
not-
literally thinking.
No, he should be okay to do
Yeah.
that, I think.
We'll see. What were you saying?
Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh no, but to make him feel better today, I was like, because he brought up the cane or whatever, and I was like, that's some gangster shit though, low
Yeah.
key, you know. And then I said, like, if Pop Smoke ended up staying alive, but he like couldn't walk or like got shot in the leg, and I was like, he would
Use
use a cane,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You guys can freaking Pop Smoke, man.
Pop Smoke,
I mean, he could use crutches.
Yeah.
yeah.
He could. He just
Or like
used-
you guys just roll him around.
He's literally using Juka's cane. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
Juka's cane. It's my grandma's cane. Yeah.
I got a cane. I got 2 canes.
Okay.
One with like a lion head on it.
I'll bring it to him. See if he likes
Is
that
that like
one
a
better.
He would
Halloween
definitely like that
thing
one
that you
better.
have, or why do you have a cane?
Well, one was given to me by this lady my mom knows because she knew for that New Year's event where it was like you remember it? You came, didn't
At
you come?
Babo?
At Babo?
No, I
No,
didn't.
you didn't come?
No.
One cane, it's like you literally open the top
Oh yeah.
and there's
I've seen
alcohol
it.
in like
Oh.
you pour alcohol
Is that
in
when
there.
you were dressed as Peaky
no.
Blinders? No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
the Peaky Blinders outfits and
That's
shit.
cool.
But my other one, it's a lion head. That's the one I bought. It's pretty fucking sick.
That would be cool to take to fucking Austin because Max Verstappen's like thing is a
There you
lion.
go.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll give it to
Maybe you're gonna get him to sign it.
That would be, but
He's a
then
world
I'll
champion.
need the cane back though.
Yeah, you would need
No,
it
I'll
back.
let you guys
would
keep it. If
get
he
it
signs
back.
it, you keep it.
No, I'd give it to you. I actually might need to get a Lafayette hat from you though for this weekend.
I got you.
Okay, for next
100%.
week.
I got you.
Okay, cool.
I think I have one here.
Okay, I'll remind you if not. But anyway, yeah, I went to Chicago and I went to the Harry Styles concert and I went to
Okay.
Tao and I did a lot of fun things this weekend.
So, anyways, Nick, yeah. So, do you remember?
I know I was like I don't want to go too into detail because I feel
No.
like
How
go ahead,
was
'cause I don't
how
know
was
anything
Harry
about
Styles? I heard he had like 15 shows at Madison Square Garden, which is crazy.
Where'd you hear that?
on this.
I literally heard it on this podcast.
No, yeah, he was amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He lived up to the hype for sure. But I was just surprised by the whole weekend overall because I didn't expect it to be as fun as it was. We went to Tao on Friday night for dinner and then we went to the club and we ended up getting a free booth because we're girls.
It's dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
We gotta
I was-
pay for that
I was going
shit,
to say
right?
that's an advantage of being a girl.
Definitely an advantage.
Yeah. And we just lived it up there, went back home, and then we had such a good day in Chicago the day of the concert. Went back to the hotel, went to the concert, had the best time. Came back to the hotel, had pizza, Alfredo, buffalo wings, and ate in the
Dope.
hotel and watched YouTube videos.
Chicago is
Dope
like
ass
my
weekend.
favorite place to just have like a mini just getaway.
Yeah, you feel
Right.
like you're far away and you have the best time ever.
I mean, because you could literally just go in the morning, and even if you want to, you can just come back at night.
Yeah.
Like, normally, I would stay like at night.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was so much fun, and I recommend for everybody to go see Harry Styles because he's awesome. He's so good.
I would never go unless it was like
With
All of
somebody.
a
us.
group thing. And
Yeah. Well,
You know.
if you like Harry Styles, go see him. That's my recommendation. Okay, anything else to add to this before we get into Nick?
remember last week when we filmed the podcast and I was like, we're going bowling tonight?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I bowled a 290.
I saw
Is
that,
that your
dude.
personal best?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's like
You were one away from
you.
a perfect game, no?
I was one pin.
One pin, yeah.
Because I
got
nine
up
spared,
9 spared,
and then 11 strikes in a row.
I saw the board and I was like, did he do
Edit
that?
it?
Yeah.
You know what? If you edit it, it shows up a
you?
different color.
Right.
It shows up a different color. Because other people ask me that too. They're like, you got to be kidding me. Like,
Good job.
but so 9 spare. In walking up to the game, because like I said, we chilled at the bar for a little bit until like the lanes opened up, whatever. Like walking up, I was like, I feel fucking great right now.
Like you just have that
I
feeling
felt
where you're like
wasn't so to bowl a 2-9. So I had 9 spared and then 11 strikes. So no nerves.
Yeah.
Right. No nerves because you can't bowl a perfect game at this point already. I ruined it on the first frame.
Yeah.
You know. But a couple games later, I started off 8 strikes.
Okay.
8 strikes in a row. You guys didn't even see that because at that point I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna post this because 290 was.
I would have.
But then a couple games later, I had 8 strikes in a row.
I think the most I ever got was like 5 straight strikes.
I've gotten a turkey.
Turkey, that's good. So 8 strikes in a row, and then I bowled a perfect. Like it felt great.
Yeah.
But I knocked down 6 pins.
Yeah.
You know, but that can happen on like
so
when you miss an inch.
Was that after you had the 290, or was it like a
after
couple
the
games
290?
later? So technically you had like a perfect game,
Yeah.
but just not in the same game.
In the same
because
game.
you're right, exactly. Because the next game though, I started off with like a couple strikes, so I bowled 12 strikes in a row. 12 strikes is a perfect game. But so then people were asking me, like the people I was with, they're like, "You were fucking nervous as hell when I bowled the 8 strikes."
Yeah, were you?
Not even. I've been nervous after like 6 strikes in a row.
He lied.
Like to begin the game. I swear, I literally felt so good.
How much
so
did you drink
confident.
before you played?
I was, maybe just a bunch of beers, maybe like 6 beers.
So you're feeling loose.
Oh yeah.
But good, like
good to go though.
at ease, like just smooth, like to start the day. Oh man.
I'm sure you came
I
home
wanna
and
go
told
back
Nick a
so
lot
bad.
about it at like a high.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man, I was.
Every time
excited as
Robert
shit.
plays a good golf game, bowling, anything, I love it. I love hearing it. I really do. But he can talk about it forever. It's so funny how guys are just like,
I could talk about
I
it
did
another time.
this. I shot this.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
it's
so happy
definitely
for
gonna be
you.
on like the COD group chat or
Yeah.
Everybody's got
For sure. I mean, I'm like that too though, so I get it. Anything else other than your amazing bowling game?
Well, at softball, I also hit a walk-off game winner.
I was there for that.
We didn't even bring that
We didn't
up.
even
though.
bring that up.
Wait, this wasn't.
That was the
last
weekend
week.
before.
That was the week before.
That was a
Yeah.
week before.
And
But that was a good week of
probably
sports.
the craziest
Wait, can I
game.
say something?
Yeah.
I think that us fans really add to your guys'
You
game.
guys really do.
We
honestly.
played great though this Monday.
Yeah, I
We
know,
weren't
and
there.
we weren't there.
We
We
should
kept
have
that
won.
momentum.
We should have won the second game too. We had a couple mistakes that
Yeah,
kind of cost us the game.
Yeah.
But
I
When
love
you guys
watching
are there.
you guys.
It's much better.
That
Much
game
better.
that you hit that what is it called?
Walk-off.
Walk off.
walk off.
That game that you hit that walk off, I was ready to go because you guys were down for a while.
8. We were down 8.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's
That's
late.
crazy.
Like I need to go home. I need to edit the podcast. I have all this shit to do, you know. And I was like, you know what? No, we really lift their spirits. I'm gonna stay. And then I sat down and we all just started like going off, talking to the other team, like trash talking a little bit here and there. And you guys came back and won.
Yeah, we really got into other teams' head because
Yeah, that one
That
guy.
pitcher.
That
What's his
pitcher.
name?
That
Bush or something. That's
I
his
don't
name. Bush.
Bush.
It is. It's
yeah,
Bush.
it was Bush.
Yeah, and I kept saying Bush, and he's like, "How do you know my name?" I was like, literally everyone is saying it,
Yeah.
whatever. But
I didn't even catch that.
yeah, those are fun. I like going
No,
to
we
those.
love when you're there. Like,
We have
I
to.
want you guys to come
We
every
have to
week.
make shirts for ourselves.
well, next week we have playoffs Monday.
Okay.
8:30.
Well,
Why
that's
so
after your
late?
trip.
I know.
Isn't that after your?
I hate.
Oh, no.
No, that's gonna be before my trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come watch.
Okay. Okay. So Nick, how are you?
Wonderful.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna talk all about you. So get ready, but I am gonna reset the camera first.
Okay.
Okay. Let it be known this is the first time we've ever recorded and had a football game on at the same time. All thanks to
At
Nick.
least so we can glance for a quick sec.
Ready, boys?
Yeah, a couple things I'd like to say about you guys.
Okay.
About me? Really?
Well, both of you. I think you guys are doing a very good job,
Wow.
and I think you guys complement each other so good because I think like out of all our friend group, you two are like the ones that like if somebody was like, hey, can you pick 2 people to do a podcast? I think it would be you two.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Just
thank
because
you.
you can both talk, number one.
That's
and
true.
I feel like you both have like different views on things that, you know, when you're having an argument or something, you both make great points.
Wow.
Bet.
I appreciate that
Love it.
a lot.
Thank you, sir.
I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. But
I'd
now,
rather have you as a co-host, but okay.
Too bad he
I don't
can't
think
edit.
so. I'll learn.
Okay, so first I want to talk about how we know you. We have touched on it in the past. I know that you know Samir from Coney because you're cousins with him. And,
Correct.
And that he was friends with Coney first, so that's how you guys were connected. And I know you because of Leon. You're Leon's cousin as well. It's all about the cousins. But I don't remember the first time I met you, actually.
Well, you were little.
I know,
so
but like, okay, so that's the thing. My mom is always like, yeah, we grew up with, like, I could not tell you.
Yeah, so
that's
like
the
I
truth.
remember like the first day I came to your house, right?
Really?
I do, yeah, because like me, Leon, and Rob are like in the backyard, and you guys had a swing set in the back. So I'm like pushing Leon and Rob, and like Samir said, I haven't grown an inch since like 8th grade. So I'm like pushing them, and I didn't realize like how hard I'm actually pushing them, and they're fucking just going, and they were scared because I'm like I didn't realize. I thought they were like loving it, but in actuality they were fucking terrified.
That's so funny. How old were you guys?
I was 12.
Wow.
So Leon was like what, 10, 11. Same with Rob.
Wait, how old are you now?
30.
30. Okay, so then I'm 20. I'm gonna be 25.
18 years ago. You were 7.
So you were 7
Yeah.
years old.
So I was
Wow.
Yeah.
a little baby.
Damn, you knew feel that long?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't remember you though. Like at that point in my life, I remember you like after you guys came back from Mercy.
Right, because
Yeah.
that's when we like
Started
hung
hanging
the
out
most.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because shout out to 2014, because that was probably the best vacation I ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys talk about it and I get so jealous. That group of people is
I
so
get
fun.
jealous too.
It's-
We literally like hung out every day. So I had a car. I would literally pick up Rob, Beata, and Bonnie every single day. We would just not even have plans. We would just be like, all right, we're going to
Figure
go here
something
today.
out.
We'll
Wow.
go to the beach. And then we spent 4 or 5 days in Budva together, and then a couple other days somewhere else. I can't remember exactly. And then,
Yeah. It's I love that
Jealous as a
place.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
You guys went to Top Hill?
yeah,
Yeah. Tap Hill's so fun.
Tap Hill, for those of you that don't know, Tap Hill opens at like 2 a.m. and then he closes at sunrise.
Yeah. You know,
So-
Dre stayed until sunrise. I
Oh,
literally
yeah, we all did.
we did not. Like when we were there, we left before. Dre's like, no, I'm staying. He's like, you guys,
With who?
random Spanish people that we
No.
met there. I swear on my life. And we were like, Dre, you have to come home. Robert was trying to like argue with him. You have to come home. What am I going to tell your mom if you don't come back to the Airbnb? Like, what are you're putting us in a bad place?
Yes.
He's like, Rob.
Especially
Rob?
since you don't know
Yeah.
the language or anything
Yeah,
else.
Rob, I hear you, but I'm going to stay. But
I can
exactly
just
like
see
that.
Dre, like
I was
once
like,
he's
this-
got his mindset, he ain't
I
going
have a
nowhere.
Snapchat of him. I'm like, this is the dumbest person in the world while he's having that conversation with
Well, it
Robert.
worked out.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
like sitting on the balcony watching the sunrise, and I just see Dre coming up the hill on his way
Happy
to the
as a
Airbnb.
motherfucker.
He
Oh,
just
yeah.
no, dude, he was not happy. He was tired out of his mind.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because you go out to all like the little bars like in the city, and then everything closes at like 11:30, and then literally everybody's just
goes to Top
going
Hill.
up
Everybody's
there.
at Top Hill.
It's
That's
such
still,
a crazy concept. Yeah, it really is.
Still got energy.
So fun. Okay, so let's talk about your journey to America.
Oh.
Because if you don't know this, Nick is a boater, fresh off the boat. He came here
fresh
at
off the boat.
a
Illegal
pretty-
too, by the way. No, I'm kidding.
Really?
No.
No.
Oh, he came here at a pretty like oldish age, not old, but
Oldish,
what-
but
how old-
older than. So I was
Most.
12, so I started 7th grade here.
Okay, so you were 12. That is 7th grade to start and not know like the language
Scary.
perfectly.
Very scary.
Were you very scared?
So, like me and my sister always like talk about this, because like when we first came here, we'd literally like sit there and be like, are we ever going to like be normal
Yeah.
or just like everybody else? Well, it literally took us like 6 months,
Wow.
Thanks to certain people.
You.
and it did help, honestly.
But
like
family
Yeah.
as well.
family,
Even without
like,
me, you would
all
have been
my
perfect.
oh yeah, but like all my cousins, like they all obviously didn't speak Albanian, so like, and then with school and everything else, but having that ability to just speak English with everybody, like the only time I spoke Albanian was at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my cousins came from Montenegro, and their son was probably around 12 too, maybe a little younger, 11, whatever. Came here, didn't really know English at all, and now he doesn't even have an accent. You guys, it's crazy how quickly they can learn
Yeah,
and
so
pick it
people
up.
always like when I tell them like at work and stuff, like people that don't know, and they're like, no, I wasn't born here. They're like, how, you don't have an accent, things like that. But every once in a while you'll catch
Yeah.
certain things that I say, or
Yeah.
because your tongue just
Dude.
doesn't work the same way.
No, 100%. Even from being like from America, learning the Albanian language, there's so many things that I can't say correctly because my tongue will not fucking do it.
Lopa.
Like,
Right.
you know, like
Lopa.
Lopa.
Samir always used to say Lopa.
the double L's and like the regular L.
Yeah.
I don't hear a difference. I can't make my tongue do it. I just can't. There's nothing I could do about it. I've tried. I can't say like the name Leshi. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I can't say pubic hair in Albanian. Okay. Can you say it?
Say Lopa.
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 I can't tell the difference either.
Lopa.
I just know there is a difference.
So for those of you that don't know, so there's 2 different L's. So there's a light L and a strong L.
Okay.
So the light L is just 2 L's, and then the strong one is a DH.
Yes.
DH, yeah.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
there's a name in Albanian that is very close to pubic hair, Leshi,
Leshi. So Leshi is a last name.
or a first name.
Yeah, there's
Dish.
Yeah, but-
Lesh, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a person, people that have
Right? But
Just-
how do you say pubic hair?
Lesh.
So tell me that wasn't the same. If you're American,
But
I want you to say them back to back. Say the name.
Lesh, Lesh.
Okay, I heard a little bit there.
Lish.
So, but
Lish.
they both have the Lesh has the light L, so it's not the DH on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just think that's like way too close. You should not name somebody that.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
So, like,
If you are named that, I'm sorry, but
remember in high school, just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah.
what's just in case?
That's just his name.
Oh, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really funny. I love that. Okay, but what was like the hardest part? And like when you were in Montenegro coming to America, how did you view that? How did you vision us, like the USA?
So I really had no idea. I mean, obviously I've seen pictures, but I was little, you know. So I got a funny story because like when I first got here and I'm driving home and I'm, you know, back home roads are smaller, so I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Like, how do people even drive here? You know. But when I got to the house, we had an apartment, but like I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
So I thought I was living in a mansion because I thought like the whole
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
apartment
It was
complex
yours.
was ours, and I'm like, oh my god,
You're
this
like,
is sick.
this is America. The American dream.
You're like, we didn't even start working yet.
You come here and they give you money right away.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
But like overall, like for me, it wasn't really like that hard.
Okay.
You know, just because I got accustomed so easy, and I had like cousins and
Right.
made friends, and like the language wasn't really that hard. It was just, I don't know. It was, you don't really know like what to expect. You
Yeah.
know, like you have a whole childhood that's completely different than everybody else's here, and then you know you just left like all your friends
That's the
and
hardest
everybody.
part.
That was like the hardest thing. You know.
Do you still know them back home? Talk to
I
any
know
of
a
them?
few that like I keep in contact with, but like not.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
How did you like hear the news that you were coming to America? Like,
So, like,
was it?
So like we knew like throughout like the whole process that we were, you know, in the process of coming here.
But like, did your mom sit you down and say like we're gonna move, or did you
So-
always know that
So
was
my
gonna
mom
be the
was
goal?
here, so my mom kept like going back and forth most of the time.
Oh,
right? So,
wow.
Her and my brother first came, and then they had like their interview on 9/11, so they were actually in New York and like saw like the smoke
No.
and all the stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And my cousin's wife worked at World Trade Center, so for like a minute, like we thought that she was dead.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
But she was literally late by like 10 minutes.
I hear so many stories like that. Like my
That's
mom's
unbelievable.
cousin,
Thank God.
my mom's cousin bought a new pair of shoes and they were hurting him, so he took the subway back and then
go change
to
them.
go change his shoes. Yeah,
I
like
heard you guys
stuff
tell me that.
like stuff like that. It's crazy. Yeah, so your mom was back and forth. That probably was really hard too.
Yeah, yeah. So as a kid, I had asthma, so I was like sick all the time.
Mm.
So yeah, it was pretty hard. But
Nick. Oh.
like in her interview, so like her lawyer like had told her like, you know, like she had her mindset because like I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So like she told him, she's like, I have to like go see my son.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care about my papers, I don't care about that. And the lawyer's like, you're going to like lose your papers,
Wow.
you know. So like she went to an interview and like she told him like, I need to go back. My son's sick. Da 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 da. So like she came and like stayed for a couple months, came back, and then when she had that like second interview, that's like when she got the paperwork and all the stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So how old were you when you had like you were in the hospital? Were you still like 12, 11, 12?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. That's a crazy story. I don't think I am built for a life like that, or that's hard to go through. Like, I feel like at the time you don't really realize it, but like if you look back at it, that's a crazy life that you lived for the first 12 years.
For sure.
You know?
Like I always like think about it now. It's like, what would I be doing like if I wasn't still back there?
Yeah.
You know, like, because I feel like back over there, like you really don't have a life if
not much opportunity.
Yeah, like people like still go to school and like finish college and stuff, but then they don't have a job.
Yeah.
You know, like they work for like 10 euros a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you finish college and then you still make like shit.
Yeah. Wow.
You know.
So like literally for them to like have a decent living, I feel like they either like sell drugs or crazy shit.
My cousin's wife is a pharmacist. Like, are those jobs like
good paying jobs?
Yeah, or not really?
I mean, better than majority
10
of
euros
them,
a day.
Gotcha.
No,
it's better than 10 euros a day.
Oh
I'm saying.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
They're probably making like $600-700 a month.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Well, like for them is like pretty good.
It's different. Yeah, it's definitely different. But it's
I don't know how accurate that is, but I would assume.
Yeah. But I was just wondering, like, if you have, because that's a great career over here. Like, if you're a pharmacist, that's a great career. So I just wanted to see how that would differ.
Is there anything you miss?
Did you miss?
Montenegro?
Yeah.
Well, you go back, so it's not.
Well, I really haven't been back. The last time I was 2014.
Oh,
so,
shit. Okay.
Wow.
So I went back like the year after I came, and then 14, and I haven't been back.
Oh, so you only been back twice. Since you've been here.
So I mean, you do miss it, but like when you go there and like you stay for a few weeks, like I'm ready to
That's
go.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much you can do. Like
yeah, for sure.
You can only have so many coffees a day.
Right.
No,
like you
seriously.
can go in the summer and like go to the beach and go see stuff. Like you can go to Albania and all these other places.
Mm-hmm.
But like to just go and sit in like twos.
Yeah.
There ain't shit to do.
There's not anything to do.
What am I gonna go sit at Martini for 5 hours and just bullshit?
So it's so funny you say Martini. So Cafe Martini is just a little coffee shop in the little town that we are from, and when we would go, it would be morning time, and I always wanted an American breakfast. I want that shit. I want an omelet. I want hash browns. I want the normal stuff over easy eggs. You know, they don't really do that over there.
What that is,
yeah. So luckily, my mom's cousin worked as a cook, and she would make it for me. And I, to this day, remember exactly how it tastes because she would bring out sour cream every single time. They always brought sour cream out with everything. I feel like over there, they always bring it out, and it was so good. But they don't do like normal breakfast over there like us.
I would say I miss the food because their food's really good.
Their food is so good. That's how I started liking tomatoes. I did not like tomatoes, but every time I would order a salad, it's just cucumber, tomato, and onions.
Cucumbers and cheese.
Yeah, and it was so freaking good.
Same thing with their pizzas, just made with like ketchup.
I don't think I had their pizza over there actually.
No.
What?
No, I don't think I did.
They're good as fuck.
Yeah,
Really?
their pizza's good.
You like the ketchup pizza?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But like their ketchup is not
the same.
the same ketchup as it's here.
Me, Beta and I were actually talking about it because there was this TikTok. I always bring up TikTok, sorry. But there was this TikTok that basically said, I've been living in Europe for this many months. Before I lived here, my stomach, I had the worst stomach problems.
Here?
Here, yeah. And then now she lives there. She doesn't restrict herself to really anything, but she feels so much better. She doesn't have any stomach issues, never feels bloated. And I thought back to the month that we were there, and I ate whatever. I didn't think about what I was putting in my body, anything like that. But I never felt sick to my stomach. My stomach was never bloated. I never had like issues, you know, like it's crazy how different their food is compared to ours, and how ours is so much more processed compared to theirs.
For sure.
That's what
Much
I miss
more
too.
organic.
So much more organic. Okay, so do you think that there are any like societal ideas that you hang on to, or that you feel like is just ingrained in you compared to what we do here, or talk about here, or act here?
Well, as far as like that, it's like our culture.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you always want to stick to like being Albanian.
Yeah,
and
like
there's
cultural
certain
ideas.
things that, you know, we follow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like my family would always want me to like marry an Albanian girl.
Yeah.
You know, like, but for me, like I didn't look at it that way because, you know, I grew up more into like the American way.
Mhm.
Like obviously I always wanted to marry an Albanian girl, but like I was like, it's got to be
This or-
Albanian girl
yeah.
or nothing
not.
else.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because even me, like obviously I'm so American, but I do understand wanting to marry within your culture just because our culture is so cultural. I don't know if that's the way to say it, but there's so much to it.
So
Well,
much
they're just
pride.
so proud
They're
and
proud,
yeah,
yeah,
because
there's-
like I remember like when they did the speech at my wedding, like that's like something that my dad wanted,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
like you can just see that he's like very proud.
Yeah. Like as a girl, I've always wanted to marry an Albanian man because I'm like, if I don't get to dance with all of the guys at my wedding, because there's that tradition where all the girl gets to dance with like all the family members, and it's my favorite part of every Albanian wedding.
Really?
Yeah, and I like it's fine if I don't marry an Albanian guy, that's whatever, but I've always just dreamed of that moment because I know how it's probably so much fun.
You can still do that
Yeah, I know, but it's
because you're
just
the girl. You know.
Yeah. But it's just like not the same because the guys won't really understand what's you know, like
yeah,
it's
like
just,
what are you gonna have like his, you know, this white cousin just
yeah,
calling them into the volley,
he'll be
like
like,
he's not
huh?
gonna know what they're supposed to
Yeah.
do.
which is totally like I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying I won't marry an American. I'm just saying that's such a big factor to think
I
about.
feel like if an Albanian marries an American, whether it's a boy or girl or whatever, it'll become an Albanian wedding.
Oh yeah,
More
for sure,
so than
more
not.
than
yeah,
it-
because the culture is just
will
so
take
heavy.
over.
It's
It'll
so
take
heavy.
over,
Yeah.
like-
But like I think that Americans appreciate that culture so
Yeah.
much. Like Bonnie and Lindsay's wedding, dude.
it was so much fun.
It was so
That's a perfect
fucking
example. I didn't
fun.
even think about it.
Gary-
Like, that was an Albanian wedding.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Gary and Michelle were having the times of their life. All the people that I know from elementary school that were invited, all the Americans were having so much fun because it's not like intimidating because
Right.
it's a two-step
You're
dance.
still dancing.
You can
yeah.
still dance. Like it's a good music, good beats. So I think that it's always like fine. We'll shift gears from the wedding, but that's all I had to ask you about America. Do you have anything else to say about that?
Well, I already kind of touched on like how I met him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Right.
didn't we didn't talk about it like
We
to an
can
extent.
we
so
can talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I want to hear like your side because
Yeah,
that's
so,
on my
like-
side, but
it was like I think it was either the first or the second day because I know like the first day was kind of like late when we got home, so it was like my first like actual day here.
And you met him your first day here.
Yeah,
Wow.
at Coney's house, and then like right then that's like when we became friends and literally hung out every day, almost like played sports together. So here's this like foreign kid in 7th grade. So I'll go back, talk a little bit more about it. So obviously like you're in your ELL classes, like your first year,
Mm-hmm.
you know, well, depending how good you do. So I was
but you moved out like
I was
quick.
I was a good student. So in 8th grade, I was in my like normal
Normal
classes
classes.
with everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but also Tommy and Coney were in my ELL class.
Wait, what? Actually?
They were, yeah.
Wait,
That's
why was
fucking
Goni? Was
hilarious.
Goni from Montenegro?
No,
No,
it wasn't.
they,
It was
uh,
Tommy Natulai.
Oh.
But their parents, was it like more so their
I think
parents
it's
put 'em
because
in?
they're I think like when you fill your like application and stuff out, like they ask you like
okay.
do you speak like another language at home, stuff like
What's
that.
your first language?
Gotcha.
They were like on the first like ELL class,
Mhm.
like where it just gets straight out of
the
Montenegro
boat.
or
Yeah.
whatever. And then
Yeah.
so then they got moved to like the second ELL class.
Okay.
And then they'll get this joke, but Mrs. Thompson's blue car is like an inside joke because the teacher asked me to read, or not me, but she asked for somebody to read, and I raised my hand and I said, "Mrs. Thompson is driving the blue car," and Coney and Tommy are just cracking up.
Oh.
Because card?
Yeah.
No,
Or
I
'cause
just
what?
I think just the way like
The
I
way you were
said
reading?
it,
Oh.
Okay,
you know,
Oh, I thought it was good.
because it was literally like my first day in school.
Oh, my, of course, those guys.
Stop.
So
I
fucking
like
rude.
want
So,
to
like-
just go back and hug you. That's just so sweet.
So the teacher like kicks them out, and then they found out that like they went to like their counselor or whatever, and then they moved them to a second class.
Okay.
And then in 8th grade, like I kind of just became normal. Had all like I was in math class with you and bio class with Colpack's class and
Yeah.
all the other stuff. And then I made the 8th grade basketball team,
Wow.
which
Look
was
at
pretty
it.
cool.
This is the
And-
American dream playing out right in front of me.
Right, yeah. So I'll never forget this. Like my first game, you know, I'm just like hustling hard. I had like 8 points and like 7 rebounds, and I just remember Colpack like at halftime, he's like, "This is what you have to do," you know, like just trying to like motivate everybody. And then like after that, I think I had like 4 points.
Oh
game
my
every,
gosh,
you know.
that's so funny. Did you
But
like?
that's great. Like
is.
in middle school, you dropped 12 points.
They-
Like that's
So,
a good.
like-
There's like 12 points in the whole game sometimes in middle
Right.
school.
So
Mostly girl
Yeah.
games. No.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. We can be honest about that.
And like Ariana's games, Nicolette's little sister, like we go,
Mhm.
like the scores are like
20 to 12.
yeah, like 15-7, like you know, and they'll be like,
cute.
we kicked their ass,
Right.
like
Yeah.
you know, she's like we fucked them up.
You guys played.
doesn't swear,
You guys
but-
played a 15 sometimes. You know.
No, we were like we
No,
went
so
undefeated.
we were the only team at Grissom. I don't know after us, like if
Uh-huh.
anybody else was, but we were the only undefeated team in 8th grade.
Wow, guys.
But we were 11-1 in 7th grade,
Okay.
and then 12-0 in 8th grade.
Yeah, if you guys were like
Crazy.
6'5", you'd be in the NBA for sure.
100%. D1 guaranteed.
Did you like enjoy basketball when you were back home? Did you like any American sports when you
So
were younger?
no, the only thing I played goalie my whole life.
Yeah.
So basketball, like barely ever played.
You just picked it up because why not?
Yeah. So we would play like basketball at like Coney's neighbor's house
Mhm.
all the time. Would kick Coney's ass.
You
Always.
Remember, you remember going into high school? Well, so okay, here's another question. Did you had the choice between Sterling and Mott, right?
So I did. So I originally had signed up for Sterling Heights
Okay.
because like Joe and Coney were going to Sterling Heights, but then I found out that like my bus would be across the street. Like I would have to cross the road to go on the bus to Sterling.
Okay.
And then the Mott bus would like pick me up
Right
normal.
there. Okay.
But literally across
So
the street.
it was literally
so-
like the last day like I signed up to go to Mott because I'm like, fuck that. Like I don't want to cross the road.
I thought it had something
You're like,
to do
I already
with me.
had to cross
That's why
an
I brought that
ocean.
up.
I had
I
to cross
thought it
an
had something to
ocean.
do with me going to Mott, this motherfucker.
Oh, you little narcissist.
No, but like I remember Coney and Samir would like fight because they both wanted me to go to
Uh-huh.
high school.
Oh
But do
my
you remember
gosh.
going into high school when, like I told Rocky, my uncle, he was a soccer coach. I'm like he was asking me like, do we know anybody like to join the team because he knew I was gonna play or whatever, and I wasn't great. I was just sports
Yeah.
in general, you know. And then I was like, we got the goalie. I'm like, don't worry about the goalie. I never even like seen him. Maybe we played like at the park a little bit.
Yeah, but
like,
actually
I didn't even
play.
know if he was. I just took his word for it.
Uh-huh.
So I told my uncle, I'm like, we have the goalie.
Yeah.
No more.
No
look
more
for a goalie.
tryouts.
Don't try nobody for goalie.
Were you good at goalie?
Yeah, he was sick.
You know, I was a goalie too once.
Were you?
Yeah, for one season in my USL league, and I was fucking good, dude. I think I let one goal through that net.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
I was really good. It's because no
So-
one
But
wanted to play.
games would start 0 or games would finish 0-0.
Fuck off. No,
so
we would
Leon,
win. We were
Leon
really
was
good.
also a very good goalie.
Yes,
so
I
think
remember.
if he like continued playing, he would have been
Yeah,
better than
I
me.
heard that too.
Leon, if he would have continued
Done
playing anything,
anything, yeah.
he
he
was.
could be a sick football player.
He is athletic as all hell. He is. I remember watching him play. He was so good at goalie. Did you play soccer throughout high school?
Yeah. So my first year, I was in JV, but honestly, everybody wanted me to be the varsity goalie, but they
Yeah, I
had a
remember
senior
that.
kid.
Gotcha.
You know, so they
Who was it? Who was this?
it was Mitch,
Mitch.
and he sucked. So they
He's like
did.
a wrestler now.
Hopefully
So they
he's not
did.
listening.
So they did bring
Backyard
me up
wrestler.
like for like the playoffs.
Playoffs
for,
and stuff. Do you guys have any school stories that you can bring up or want to talk about?
I should've thought
Oh,
about
you know
some.
what I want you to talk about is your get busy fatty story.
Oh,
Because I feel like everybody in the world needs to hear the story.
this was like when I first. It was like probably my first or second week
Pause
in
really
school.
quick. Pause. Because when you told me this story, I think you're in kindergarten. I think you're
No.
in kindergarten. Like, I don't think you're 12 years old. Okay, go
No.
on.
Like I'm in class in my first or second week of school, and there was this Chaldean girl or Arabic girl, whatever, next to me, and she was a little bit chubbier, and just me as a kid, obviously, the first things like you learn is like the bad words and how to swear, and I turned around and I looked at her and I said, "Get busy, fatty." I don't even think like I knew what I
Like
what
how
I
you were gonna
like what I
traumatize
even
her.
said, or even if she like was gonna understand what I'm saying. You know, it just I don't know what the hell I was.
Was she
thinking.
not working? She wasn't doing
No,
her work?
she's. Everybody was like doing homework, and she was just sitting there.
So you were like, get busy,
So,
fatty.
get busy.
He's
fatty,
trying to
you know?
motivate her.
Right? You know.
Oh my
and
God.
then like 2 seconds later, I look over and she's crying.
Oh,
you know.
Oh no.
So I actually felt bad.
How did you handle the crying? Did you
I don't
just
think I talked to her.
you're like,
That's
okay,
the
so
year.
I will never talk to her
Yeah.
again?
No, but we actually like became like friends.
Oh,
after,
really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Do I
But
know who it is? If you say the name, do you remember?
Her name was Najla. Probably
I love
not.
Najwa. Was it
No.
Najla?
Yeah, you're thinking about Najwan.
Najwan.
Yeah, no, not her.
That is so. I love that story. But in my head, you were just a kindergartner or something, so it didn't.
Like strike you as like
like you probably traumatized her just a little bit. That is so
That's
funny.
too funny.
I love that story so much. We say it on a daily now.
Yeah,
Whenever,
so like when you guys at like softball and stuff, if I get to first base, I'm always like, get busy, fatty.
yeah, every single time. If he's at the plate, get busy, fatty. It's our favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
We say it even when you're not around too. So thank you for adding that to our life.
You're welcome.
It's so awesome. Ugh, and I just imagine his little accent.
So Najla, if you're listening to this, I know she's not, but
We're
I
sorry.
take it back.
God knows.
We're so sorry, but thank you at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it makes us giggle a lot. Do you guys have any stories from school?
We have plenty of stories,
There's
but
like a
like we
lot.
would have to like think
Give
about
us a
it
direction.
and like give us
a direction. Give us like a category. You want
Any
something-
times you guys gotten in trouble together in school? Any interactions there?
So like we didn't get in trouble together or we didn't get each other in trouble. So we were in French class, right? And our teacher, she was our English teacher and our French teacher. Me and Samir were like her favorites kind of.
Okay.
So she's like, everybody's going to repeat after me.
Oh, they know the story.
Yeah.
You know, she's saying all the French words that, you know, and we're all repeating, but like she kept on going for like forever. So it literally got to the point where like me and Samir were the only ones that were repeating after her. And then I got tired, so I stopped, and then she said, Je m'appelle, you know, and then Samir's like, Je m'appelle, and she just fucking lost
Yeah,
it.
he told us the
She's like,
story. Yeah.
Samir, get the fuck, you know, she didn't swear, but she's like, get out, you know.
Yeah, that
And
teacher was
Samir's
hurt.
just like, what did I do? Like
I remember
following
walking out and everybody, like
direction,
Nick,
and
including
we
everybody
were
else, is like, "Why are you?"
Like, why? We literally asked her, you know, and I forgot like what she said now, but she was like so upset.
How weird was the vibe in the classroom after?
After
Was everyone just
I think
quiet?
everybody was just quiet.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
And then he ended up getting suspended, right?
Yeah.
For a
Yeah,
couple
got suspended,
days.
Yeah. All we did in that class was watch Ratatouille,
Ratatouille
and fucking kind of funny. This is what my life has become.
Hold on.
And, yeah.
This is marriage right here. So Nicolette just walked over and gave Samir a jar to open
I'm so happy I was able to open it like with these.
yeah.
Imagine I'm like,
Any
"God,
issues
Nick.
on camera.
But
But you said it. Okay, so in
we would
French
just
class,
watch Ratatouille and what was the other movie? Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
That's all we did on repeat.
I don't know
On
what
repeat.
that is.
I've watched Count of Monte Cristo and Ratatouille.
So like I
50
like I
times
think like
each.
Monday and Tuesday were like our working days to like
okay.
have little homework, and
Uh-huh.
then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was just movie.
Ratatouille though, like she couldn't think of anything.
Like
I,
another
it's
French movie.
Because Ratatouille is
I know,
French,
but I love that movie. I have nothing wrong with that movie.
and we would literally like ask her, we're like, can we watch something else? Because like
Like, why not show
I
you
think
guys?
Yeah, buy another
I think
DVD.
I like watched it like twice because you know
Yeah.
we would just fall asleep or
Yeah.
you know I would go to like Rocky's class and be like, can I get a hall pass?
Yeah. There's all those teachers.
Yeah.
But I would like, why not an actual French movie that you guys
Right,
can watch
that
with
can
subtitles
actually,
or
Yeah.
something?
You know,
like,
yeah.
you know, that's
Mm-hmm.
so funny. Ratatouille. She just wanted to watch it herself. She likes.
Pretty much. There was something I wanted to say when you brought up. Fuck. I didn't want to cut you off, and it came to my mind.
Yeah.
No, it had to do with another teacher.
Miss Collins.
Shit. This isn't the story I was thinking about. But do you want to tell that story?
You'd have to remind me because.
Miss Sloan.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
That's not the story. That's not the story I was thinking of.
You're talking about like me and my situation.
Yeah. You gotta hear this.
So we had he was our English teacher our senior year, right?
Okay.
Who?
Mr.
Bullis.
Mr. Bullis, and he was also the volleyball coach,
Okay.
right? So I forgot why he was out.
I think he was getting a position at another
He
school or
was
something.
getting sent to like a different school or whatever, but he also married one of his volleyball players.
But like
But,
after
like,
5 years after
after-
she graduated.
Okay, but
after
how
they
old was this
graduated.
guy?
No, he was
like
young.
in his 40s, so he wasn't.
40 when they got married, probably. But he might have
Yeah.
been like 33 as a teacher, right? Maybe he started.
Okay,
who
so like
knows?
15 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot. I mean, it's not a
So-
big deal, but
So then Miss Sloan like comes along, right? She's like probably like 26, 27. She was pretty young. Like we became like good friends.
Super
I
cool.
guess.
Right.
Like super cool. Like just having that like teacher student relationship.
Yeah.
Like she would like let us go grab Slurpees or grab lunch. One day I asked her, I said, hey, I'll get you like a Slurpee if I can go to 7-Eleven. I just wanted a Slurpee. Right?
yeah.
So my first stop I went to KFC and I paid, obviously got some change back. So then I went to 7-Eleven.
You missed the part. She gave him money. She said, here's money, buy me this. And he's like, no, I got you. But she's like, no, like.
Yeah, she gave me like a couple bucks.
Okay.
So I went to 7-Eleven, got like 3 Slurpees, and literally just walked out.
Okay.
Not like meaning to do it. I just,
no.
like, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And nobody like stopped me or anything. And I was like halfway back to school when I was like, oh my God, like I didn't pay.
Okay.
So I'm like, screw that. I'm not going back. So I go back to the class. I give her a Slurpee, and I'm like, I explain to her the story. I'm like, here's your money back, because I'm like, I literally like walked out. You know?
Oh my gosh.
And go back a little bit. So this girl started rumors that me and Miss Sloan had a thing.
Oh my gosh.
Like, say, weeks before that or something. You know?
My gosh.
You know, so like, I would literally be walking down the hallway, and Mr. Carpenter would be like, hey, Nick, so how's Miss Sloan? You know?
Yeah, teachers would
because
bring it up
like everybody heard, you know.
This is juicy.
Rima Bacos. She's the one who started the rumor.
Rima started the rumor, you know.
Rima,
Because
come on.
like after school, like we would go
there.
talk.
We would go
like,
before.
Me and Samir would go talk to her.
I get
Stay after school
yeah.
or during lunch, like we would just go hang out in her class.
And me, I was, he was big, like he was
yeah.
adult, full beer,
Yeah,
and shit.
she
like,
thought she was talking to somebody her age.
type shit.
Yeah.
Where me, I looked like I was fucking a freshman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got called into the principal's office,
Okay.
and Miss Henry was a bitch, and she's literally like, she's on her table and she's got her feet like
You're
this.
lying.
Straight up, and she's like, so you want to tell me what's going on with you and Miss Sloan? And this was like when the rumors had started, but I wasn't like really like
worried about it.
Happening.
You didn't know it was a big deal. You thought it was more like a funny thing.
Like a funny thing. Like, are you for real? You know? And she's like, there's a rumor out there that, you and Miss Sloan have a thing. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
oh my God.
So she's like, okay, like, I'm going to just let it go for now. But like, she's like, if I keep hearing more stuff or like pretty much like investigate,
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. But like, because I knew
There
was nothing.
Yeah.
Imagine this guy's been lying all this time.
Dude, seriously. He's like, and guys, I was having an affair with her.
Dude, that would be the hottest fucking
clickbait
on our show.
That's gonna be the clickbait regardless. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. So I go back and give her change. So it was like $2-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, one of the dollar bills has a phone number written on the bill. But this was like the change that I got back from KFC.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But like I didn't pay attention, so I just took it out of my pocket and like, here you go.
Here's a couple bucks back.
So
what are the chances?
Literally. So like I still like remember she like looked at it and she was like, what the fuck is this?
She got mad as fuck. Because I wasn't there, but I know.
she was obviously involved, with the principal and everything. I'm sure
she was like triggered
before
a little.
This. So
yeah.
I'm literally like, oh my God. I'm like, I explained her the story. I'm like, I literally went to KFC. I got this change back. I'm like, this isn't even my phone number. So I'm like, call it, So of course she was like upset,
Oh my gosh.
But like, we were still like after that, like we were still cool.
Did you lose your friend?
Everybody was, like everybody knew.
Yeah, she was awesome. She was the shit.
Oh, and then this is like when she like, I think she realized that me and like Samir like loved her because they were gonna bring another teacher instead of her. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. So Mr. Bullis
was gonna come back.
Mr. Bullis
after,
came back
like 3/4 of like the whole year.
Okay.
He came back and literally left after 3 weeks.
And you guys brought her back?
No, they brought a different teacher. So that's when we were like, what the fuck? Like, why would you?
Right.
We were like fighting for as much.
Yeah,
as
we were like,
they don't listen. Like
writing petitions to bring Miss Sloan back.
They were all like,
and everybody was like,
sure.
And everybody was like, oh yeah, I bet you want her back, Nick, don't you?
Oh my god.
It was crazy because like teachers were like, like Mr. Carpenter. Like I know he said it like jokingly. Like I'm sure he didn't think,
weird.
but like
that's like weird for him to say.
I would.
Yeah, but teachers are weird.
I would be uncomfortable.
I feel like a lot of teachers, not all of them, but a lot of teachers, like they just don't want to get out of that high school phase. Like they become like, they become part of.
They become like catty and like talking shit.
Yeah, there's like teacher drama, and then like they talk about like the students, like ooh this and that.
Yeah, wow.
And Mr. Carpenter was cool.
Yeah,
so,
Mr. Carpenter was cool.
I feel like there's a Mr. Carpenter in every fucking school.
Mm-hmm.
I had one in junior high and in high school.
Tell the food story.
Yeah, so the food story. So like me and Samir had a lot of classes together.
Okay.
I think we were Miss Lawson's class, and then like whenever me and Samir would like misbehave, she would be like, okay, you're going to Miss Otto's class for today,
Okay.
So me and Samir are sitting front row, because we're in trouble, and like we're all doing an assignment. And
He's laughing
I
like
forgot. I told him to tell the story, but I swear to God, I forgot what it was actually about. I just remember there was.
it was funny. Okay.
Right.
Oh,
So
no.
we're all doing like our assignment, and
Uh-huh.
everybody's quiet, and Samir just turns to me and he's like, "Hey Nick, are you like? Do you ever like go in the shower and you just pull a long ass piece of hair out of your asshole, you know?"
Oh my god.
And you tell Samir to like be quiet, and then he would like talk, but he would still be loud.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And
You said that when he was younger, he did that.
yeah.
Okay, so
I
not
mean,
not now.
I mean,
But like
he's
you know,
still
when you tell someone like be quiet and then they whisper for like 3 seconds,
then
but
they-
eventually
and
their
then
voice
yeah,
gets
yeah,
back to what it
still
was.
be back to normal.
Yeah.
And Miss Otto, like, she obviously thought he was funny, but like, she's like, Samir, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like, do you realize what you just said? You
It
know.
was loud.
And the whole class is just dying laughing.
And she sent me to the other class, and then when she sent me to the other class, she like because they were best friends.
The
Miss
two
Lawson and Miss
teachers,
Otto
yeah.
and Miss Sloan. Them 3 were like best friends. They were like the youngest 3 teachers.
Okay.
And they're all like good looking, you know? And so she like goes over and like explains to her, and Miss Lawson's just like laughing at me and shit.
Dying
Like
laughing,
That is so funny. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I wish
if you look at my yearbook, and I'm sure it was the same for you, if you look at my yearbook, like it is kind of weird. Like Nicolette, I think we went
They
over
signed it. Yeah, they all
but-
signed
Well,
her.
no, but Nicola was like, that's fucking weird for like a teacher to do. But like literally Miss Otto, 1 full page.
Oh my god.
But they wrote big, so it's not like they're writing tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
you know?
still.
But 1 whole page, and then like the next page was Miss Lawson, and they were like chatting back and forth, like so
Like
I'll
what they're
take
gonna
it. She'd
write.
be like, go take this back to Miss Otto, like, and
Uh-huh.
they'll like have a conversation back and forth.
That's
like,
funny.
yeah.
That's really funny. It's always good to have a good relationship with your teachers. I always had a good relationship with my teachers.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
we
been,
did.
I've been trying to find Miss Sloan for fucking since we graduated.
Oh yeah,
I
like I
cannot
always
find
like
her
I
on
would
Facebook or
randomly like
Instagram.
just search her up.
What was her first name?
and
Jacqueline.
And
Jacqueline Sloan.
I honestly, Samir, I think I found her one time, but like
But
I
now it's
obviously
gone.
I didn't add her as a friend. 'cause-
Yeah. Oh my god, I
People
added
with
all
names.
of my high school teachers on Facebook as
Yeah.
But
well.
I'd have to look because I am pretty sure I found her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love those stories. Thank
We
you so
gotta
much
look
for sharing.
back.
Yeah.
I want to find her and talk to her.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to
reach
send
out
me
to her
a
and
picture
say,
of
hey.
Just say what up, like
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, so we'll move on from those stories, but those were probably some of my favorite stories I've
Yeah.
heard in a while. That is fucking hilarious and crazy at the same time.
There's gonna be so much we think about after.
Like when we go
Yeah,
home
like, we're
and
like,
like
fuck,
be like,
imagine
oh
that story.
shit, I should have
'Cause
said
there's-
this.
It's okay.
or-
We'll have you on for another time. Okay, so we've been doing rapid fire questions for our guest. So we're gonna ask you a question. You just have to answer the first thing that comes to your head.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? What animal would you be in another life?
Lion.
If your life was a story, what would it be titled?
Different.
Different. I was gonna say Coming to America.
I was thinking Polar Express, but because just like
Yeah.
I don't know
on the
why.
on
I was
a
trying to
journey.
think like of a phrase because that's literally like what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like different.
Off the boat, right off the boat.
Yeah.
Name the first word that comes to your mind.
Get busy, fatty. Well,
That's
that's not
the
a
name.
word.
That's the name of your movie.
Yeah.
Get busy, Betty. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
What's your favorite beverage?
Coke.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
What's your favorite season?
Summer.
Where do you go when you want to be alone?
I usually just drive.
Okay, that's a cool answer. What's the best thing you've ever eaten from a restaurant?
Ooh. Probably filet. I was in Chicago. I forgot the name of the restaurant.
Gibson's.
No, something Zelensky.
Okay, well, I'll
Monica?
fact check it for you.
No.
I'll fact
No.
check it. Don't worry. If you could learn any language in a week, what would it be?
Spanish.
What do you impulse buy most often at a store?
Ooh. Ice cream.
Okay, name a person who inspires you.
My dad.
What chore do you absolutely despise doing?
Washing dishes.
What's the first concert you've ever attended?
Chain smokers.
Really? That was the first concert?
Well, in America, I would say.
Okay, that's fine. We can use that answer.
Really?
Well, because back home you went to Nicole Nicole.
All the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
The neighbor. You're like, my neighbor's having a concert.
Yeah.
Did you like the Chainsmokers?
Yeah, it was funny. It was in
What?
Toronto.
Okay.
I didn't know
wow.
that.
Chainsmokers is
You
an
didn't come to
interesting one
Drake?
for you.
When we went to see Drake or Jay-Z when we were like
yeah,
super
so
young.
maybe I'm just. But
Get
yeah,
the
I
dates
did go.
wrong.
We did go to Eminem and Rihanna and Jay-Z.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
So I just don't remember if he was actually. Yeah,
What
that would be
order?
the first because the Chainsmoker was like later on.
Okay. What was your favorite concert?
Probably Jay-Z and
Eminem. Yeah.
Eminem.
What's your favorite type of food?
Italian
What is one food you would never want to give up?
pasta.
What was your first job?
Busboy.
Where at?
It was this family dining restaurant that my mom and my aunt worked at in Royal Oak. That's also where I crashed my car without
The
a
Dodge Caliber?
Without a license.
Oh no.
The Dodge Caliber. Oh, Nick and Coney used to both do it, but
Yeah, we drove.
But he used to drive us all the time. Like, he'd be like 14 and a half, fucking picking me up in his Dodge Caliber.
This
We'd
is
be
not
pulling up
must
to
see. You
practice.
can't do that here.
Freshman year, we're like pulling up to practice and shit, and Nick's just fucking driving. Dude.
Your coaches are like,
I swear to God.
whose car is that? That is
Rocky
so
didn't
funny.
give a fuck. Like,
That's amazing.
So our soccer coach was his dad.
Oh.
I mean,
Uncle.
his dad, his uncle.
Oh, so he didn't really care that much.
Yeah.
Gotcha. To you, what is the best age to be?
Like 20s or just a specific age? Like 21.
Okay. If you could be a character in a TV show, what character would you be?
Michael Scott.
That's a good one. What's your favorite store?
Like, overall, like anything.
Mhm.
I love Costco.
Armani Exchange. No, I'm kidding.
You're so dumb. Costco's a great answer. Good
Yeah.
job. Name
So, Express, Samir? No.
That's what I was trying to think of. Express.
why you
'Cause
wore
that,
Express
like,
a
back
lot.
in the day, that's like,
Well, I've shopped there.
that was like the store.
With the fucking dragon
Yeah.
on your
Yeah.
shirt and shit.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. What was wrong with everyone?
Yeah.
Like Ed Hardy. You guys
Yeah.
remember Ed
Ed
Hardy?
Hardy,
Yeah.
dude. I
Oh
fucking
my
rocked that.
God.
I had like 5 pair of shoes from
Oh, yeah,
them.
Samir loved that Hardy.
Yeah, the hats were just
I never had the hats,
atrocious.
the shirts
No.
and
Shirts and shoes.
Name a song that makes you happy.
Happy by, what's his name?
Pharrell.
Pharrell.
Who's the person you talk to when you need a listening ear?
Mandy.
Do you recycle?
Yes.
Really?
Not all the
Cans.
time, but like, yeah.
Okay, last one. Breakfast food or dinner food?
Dinner.
Okay.
I don't really eat breakfast.
Really?
No.
I feel like that's a guy thing. Do guys not? Do you like breakfast?
I do, but I never. It's like once a week, maybe.
Like
the only time like I'll have breakfast is like Saturdays, like when I'm off, and
Yeah.
like me and
Gotcha.
Mandy, like I'll be like, oh, let's get breakfast
Staying
today.
in type
Yeah,
shit. Yeah, sleeping in.
I love breakfast.
Well, he wakes up at you now, especially you wake up at like 4:30.
Yeah.
So what the hell? You're not gonna wake up 3:30 make some
Yeah, but I
breakfast.
would literally make my breakfast and then bring it to work so I can eat it at 7.
Mm.
Like that's just I need.
So
to
like, do you consider like a bagel or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
bagels
but,
are breakfast food.
I mean, I have to eat something, but
yeah,
I'm not actually like having like a breakfast.
like sit down breakfast.
Mhm.
Got you. Yeah.
It's just something to like keep me going till like 11 o'clock until I
Mhm.
have my lunch.
That's when you get your lunch. That's when you take your lunch though. That late though, still.
Mhm. Sometimes it's like
So-
12 o'clock, 1,
What's your hours? 4 to what?
6 to 2.
Oh, 6 to 2. Okay, that's not bad though. I mean, you have
Yeah.
to wake up early, but
So,
it's
like,
nice to get
I
up
don't
at 2.
like wake up at 4:30, but like it's my like first alarm. So like 4:50.
Okay. So basically, we
the
have to wrap
latest.
this up so you can go home to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
No, you're good.
Did you like those rapid fire questions?
Yeah,
Aren't those fun to do?
they are fun.
Yeah.
I love asking them so much.
For
Okay,
sure.
so we're gonna just do 2 Instagram questions because we still have some more, and then I'll let you go home.
No, you're fine.
I'll let you.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh, there was one thing I wanted to say about Samir that
Say it.
I don't know if he knows. But like for us like being best friends like while growing up and stuff, we've never taken like trips anywhere like any. So I went like on like spring break and all these other trips, and
Mhm.
Samir was never there till like I think the first vacation like we had together was like my college spring break.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you go on spring
That's
break
right.
with Dre?
I was gonna
and them?
say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I thought
That was the
maybe you read
first
it.
one.
So
but,
how
like,
old were you guys then? Like 20 something?
Like 19.
Yeah, no, you're right. Early on, you're saying.
Yeah,
definitely.
early
like,
on.
we never went to Chicago together,
Right.
and I went with like Coney, Eden, and Samir.
Why do you think that is, you guys?
I don't know. Never been to New York together.
No.
No,
Do you like New York, guys?
I do.
I like New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like New York.
But like now it's like I don't care to like go to like Times Square or
Yeah,
shit like that.
all
'Cause,
those
like once you
touristy
like
things,
see it, it's like
you don't
yeah,
need to
whatever.
see it again.
Yeah.
But we went to, so we went on spring break, and we also went to Punta Cana, though. that was more recently,
right,
though.
yeah.
You know?
But I'm just saying, like, overall, like, when we're, like,
when
younger.
you would think we would have been on way more trips.
vacations.
Yeah, he would be like, I'm going on spring break. I'll be, oh, sweet. Good shit.
Wow.
Have fun.
You're like, okay, have fun.
You know.
That's so.
And I would also
But we had
always,
so
like,
many friends, and like.
But that says a lot about your guys' friendship too. That like he could do that, and you guys still consider each
and it
other
wouldn't
best
be like,
friends.
oh my God,
Here's
why
another
you?
thing. We've talked about this. We haven't talked about it in a long time.
Yeah.
We've never fought.
No,
Not one time.
really.
Never.
Like no
Literally.
disagreements. No,
Well,
Disagreements.
we've had, like, disagreements.
but
or
like real fights.
Or, like, an argument, but, like, not actually,
Like never. No, I'm not. I
like
ain't
how,
talking.
you know, like, how, like, best friends, like, fight.
Mm-hmm.
Or
just guys in general.
guys in general, yeah, no. Like, I fought with Coney. I fought with, like, all my
Fought with all my
cousins.
friends.
Yeah.
and other friends, but, like, I
You
don't.
guys
yeah,
just
no.
don't
It's
have
more
that.
so for how long we've been best
That
friends.
you haven't.
Because like me and Rob have never fought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like me and Dom have never fought.
Yeah, but you guys were
it's
12 years
different. We were
old.
12
Yeah.
years old.
Like
yeah.
there's so many times in high school that you probably could have had
Yeah,
those
I know.
like fights,
I know.
Like,
interactions.
could have been like a soccer practice.
Right.
Could have been
Anything.
We never had no beef with even anybody in general.
Yeah. You guys were chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally everybody in, like, high school loved us.
Okay.
But like I don't know if I said this, but like we were cool with like the immigrants.
Yeah.
The black guys,
Yep.
the white
The
crew,
white kids.
the
Yeah.
druggies,
You
the
g-
fucking
Everybody.
teachers. Like
Yeah.
there was not one
Yeah.
group that we
Yeah,
didn't
you
like
know.
the artsy people.
So you guys like would say you liked high school then?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked high school too.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, you guys ready for this?
You know what he said before we got here? He's like, "You're not gonna ask me like a bunch of movie and like TV show questions."
Yeah, that's what Nicholas said.
Yeah, because
Because
he's like,
"Oh."
because he obviously watches movies and TV shows, but he doesn't remember,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
like all of it, or like be like, who's the character in this?
Tell us about a time where you had a run-in with the law.
Oh, okay. So there's only a few, but my first time ever. So I just had gotten my permit and I was working, you know. So I took my parents' car,
Mm-hmm.
went to work. Our boss, like, he never had like the right stuff at the restaurant, you know. So they're like, we need milk and we need eggs. It was like rush hour, you know, for breakfast at like 8 a.m. So I'm like, oh, I'll go to the market, you know. And so I took the car, and they didn't know I didn't have my license because obviously they thought I was,
no.
you know, I'm driving. So,
Driving to work every day.
They're like, duh.
you know,
of
a
course
few
he has
people
his
question me.
license.
They're like, are you 16? I'm like, yeah.
Oh
for
my
sure.
god.
You know, so this was in Royal Oak on like Main Street. I forgot, like, I got distracted. There was something that like my parents had like left in the back seat that they called me. So like I turned around to look, and I ran a red light and T-boned a guy.
Oh no. Oh no. That got worse. I thought you were just gonna. I don't know
No,
what I would.
so-
Got pulled over. He thought like
No, so thank God, like, he was fine.
Okay.
But so like me being a little kid, I'm scared obviously, and
Mhm.
my aunt also was working at the restaurant, so I called her. I said, hey, like, you need to come here because, you know, I didn't tell her because I don't want her to like freak out.
Right.
So like when she shows up, I'm like, you need to say like you were in the car with me.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Did you have
also
your permit at the time?
I did.
Okay,
Okay.
so she was just gonna be a passenger.
Correct.
Gotcha.
You
Okay,
know,
so not a big deal. It's not.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, went to the guy to like check and make sure like he was
He's okay,
okay.
yeah.
And then I explained to him, I said, hey, just so you know, like, oh yeah, my permit, like my aunt's gonna come. Like, are you okay saying that? You know, obviously, with
Yeah.
a little kid, you're scared.
That was
you don't-
nice of you to even ask that.
You know,
I
well,
wouldn't have
like,
said shit.
You know, so when the cop comes, he's like, who was in the car? And I was like, me and my aunt. And he's like, do you both of you want to go to jail? Because I don't know if he was like
The
a
guy
witness.
snitched you
I don't know
out,
if it was the
maybe.
guy or if there was like a witness. But my car was totaled.
I didn't know how to get to soccer practice the next day.
You had to walk to the exit.
But no, your mom drove us every time. So he ended up giving me a ticket and my aunt a ticket for lying.
Oh my god, what an asshole.
God,
But
you forget these things. Like
You know, yeah. But thank God, like, I was able to get my license because technically you're not supposed to get it until
Yeah.
you're 21
Is it
or
only-
18.
If you get a
maybe 18,
ticket?
I think,
yeah, like,
Okay.
you know, especially like an accident when you're just
So
on your
how'd you
permit.
get out of it? Like
A lawyer.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so scary. I don't know what I would do. I would just be like shell shocked and
Yeah, and
not react at all.
Mhm.
like, I didn't get hurt. Like, thank God, like, I had my seatbelt. Like, the only thing, like, I felt like right here.
A little
from-
bit sore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a
from
burn?
the, from the
Was it a burn,
seatbelt.
kinda?
Yeah, I think just from the contact.
Airbag blew up. Obviously, your car's totaled.
Yeah, yep.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories?
This is like back when I used to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Eden, and Samir, we had just went to Sonic. So maybe I'm like either a senior in high school or freshman year of college, right?
Okay.
We go to Sonic, whatever, we grab food. I'm driving my Chevy Malibu. And we used to go to the park in like our subdivision. All three live in the same sub. Mm-hmm. So we go to Avis Park and we were there all day hooping and shit. So that's like our park. We're just parked there. It's maybe 10 p.m. We're sitting there eating, but we got tree in the car and we got a bowl. It's Hot Boy, whatever. So we're sitting there eating. Granted, I order a cheeseburger and they put like lettuce, tomato, onion, all that. And back then, like I would not have it. So like I open the door and I throw it all right there in the middle of the street, right?
It's just food.
So like I'm sitting there and all of a sudden I look in my rear view and I just see a car creeping up with no lights on, nothing, not even their headlights.
Right.
And I'm like, I was like, that's a cop, you know? And then they're like, no way, whatever. I'm like, yeah, it's a cop. Like 100% I could tell it's a cop. And I think Eden's like, pull off. You know, he's sitting shotgun. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not pulling. Because I'm like, let the guy pass by, but you're just frozen.
Were you driving?
I was driving.
Oh, yeah.
So the guy pulls up behind me. I'm like, just chill. Like, I'm like, no matter what, don't say like
anything.
We're smoking. I'm like, we're just eating, we're chilling, blah, 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 you know? Or maybe I'm not even saying all that. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. Cop comes up, taps on the window, whatever. And this is how Eden would tell the story.
Okay.
So the cop goes, hey, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, eating. You know, that's how he would tell it. I don't remember it like that, but that's what he says.
Okay.
And
I believe him.
he said, do you guys have anything illegal in the car or whatever?
Okay.
And I'm like, no. And Ian goes, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not looking back. I'm just looking straight. And Samir's sitting behind me, you know?
Right.
And he asked Samir, and Samir's like, yeah. And he's like, what do you have? And he's like, marijuana.
Oh, my God.
And my heart sunk.
Because at that time, that's like a big fucking deal.
Oh, my God. Do you know? I'm telling you, just when he said that word, my heart dropped.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, God, this guy.
So what happened?
So then, if you look over and realize it's like crumbs all over him, like the bag's over there, the bowl over there, like so you literally can't lie.
There is marijuana.
It's like.
Yeah, so it's smart.
Was it lit or was he
No,
rolling?
But it smells like it was Reggie's. You know what I mean? $5.
Yeah.
You know? The cop's like, you guys got to call your parents, whatever. Like, you guys got to call your dad. He goes to Eden. You don't have to call because Eden's like 72 at this point. He was just much older. He was like 18. He was always oldest. He was like 18 and like lived with his brother.
Gotcha.
You know, so they're like, you don't have to call your parents.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So they're telling, they're like, call your dads or whatever, right? And I'm like, oh, I can't call my dad. I'll call my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then he's like, no, call your dad. Blah, blah. I'm like, he's at work. He don't got a cell phone.
Okay, what if you don't have a dad?
Exactly. What if I don't have a dad? But at this point, it's already, he knows I'm not trying to call my dad.
Gotcha.
You know? So I remember Samir calls his dad first, whatever. And Samir's dumbass. He goes, his dad asks who you with. He's like, I'm with Samir and Tyler. Like he lied for he just didn't think of a lie quick enough. You know? So then his dad automatically, their parents thought like I was a bad one.
Yeah.
When really they were the bad ones.
Wow.
just like how your mom thought he was the bad one.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Does she remember that?
Yeah, she remembers.
She remembers that story?
Of course, she has to.
Little does she know, I'm the one. They're like, guys, we shouldn't like.
Yeah, you're
sure?
like timid about
and
it.
They're like, no, don't worry about it. You're good. But anyway, so back to the Avis Park story. Whatever. Long story short, the guy let us go. He sees our addresses are all in like the sub or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And then
I thought you called Buona first, didn't you?
Buona answered, but at that point, I'm like, I can tell my mom.
Yeah.
But I remember he lets us go, and I call my mom, and she's crying. She don't know.
Terrified.
You know what I mean? At this point, eventually she
understood.
She understood, you know, over the years, like I explained it to her.
Yeah.
But at that moment, that was the first run-in she's ever had. Like, she's like, Samir, drugs, like, whatever. And then I start crying on the phone while I'm going to drop them off, and they're dying laughing at me, like making fun of me. I'm like, fuck you guys. But like, I didn't cry in front of the cops or nothing, but just when I was on the phone with my mom, because I felt bad. And then I probably go to my mom like, they were smoking, not me.
Right. And she believed you.
Oh my god.
Some shit like that.
So I got a funny story about when we were younger and we would smoke, and I would like go home and my eyes would be red. I'd always tell my mom that I was allergic to cats because I was always at Samir's house, and she'd always be like, "Well, you shouldn't go there," because she's like, "Your eyes are always red every time you come home from Samir's house," you know.
Aww.
That's a good one.
That's
though.
really
So
good.
to this day, I think she thinks I'm allergic to cats.
Oh my god. You're like, you buy a cat. She's like, I'm confused.
grew out of it.
I grew out of it. But I got one more that I can share if that's
please
okay.
do.
Yeah, of course.
Please.
So we had a party at Hawthorne. I know Samir was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody was.
Was
there.
this before them?
Was I there?
Oh my God, I remember this story. No, this was no. Are you telling the story where the fight broke out?
Yeah, we were supposed to just have like a small party. I forgot it was somebody's birthday or.
It was my birthday.
Okay.
No, I'm saying like I can't believe it. Like that fucking happened on my birthday.
He said okay.
So we're literally just supposed to have like just like our friends and a few other people, and it ended up like somebody showed up and then called all our
It
mom.
was like 100.
Called all our mom friends, so it literally turned out to be like a banger.
Oh my gosh.
Right, and then everything was fine until Mike, Joe, and I and
Bucci
Bucci came. Right, so all of a sudden, like the whole place is like filled with people, people, our friends,
Mm-hmm.
People we don't know.
people we don't know, you know,
Yeah.
and then Mike, Joe, and I just out of nowhere just like starts yelling. He's like, "Get the fuck out," you know, and
He got into an argument with the Chaldeans.
Okay.
there, right, and we're cool with half of them.
Right.
Okay.
you know, so they all like started going outside, you know, and a fight broke out. And I don't remember, but like somebody like sucker punched me from like behind, you know.
You?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then everybody kept telling me, they're like, this girl Angela Swain was like kicking you in the face,
She was our friend.
and she was our friend. But I'm like, I don't think I got.
Was she
'cause
Chaldean?
No, she was white.
Okay.
I wasn't hurt. Like I'm like, I'm sure if she kicked me, like,
I would
would've
know.
feel it, you know.
Yeah.
So and
Maybe she was like kicking you like in the stomach, maybe not in the face.
yeah, I don't know. I wasn't like even like fighting at that point. you
Yeah.
know?
You were just on the ground.
And the cops like come, and of course they just pick me,
Oh my gosh.
right, and they just put me in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm drunk. I have no idea where I'm at.
Yeah.
So they're driving around to like find our room, and they're like, you have to show us like where your room is. And I'm like, I honestly have no idea.
So you were on the ground, like outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't inside. It was all outside
Gotcha.
in the grass.
And I think they like picked me because like my shirt was ripped, and
Yeah,
like
oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't bleeding or anything like that.
Gotcha.
It was just I think I just happened to be on the floor, and they're like, okay, this guy.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
So can I ask something? So when you guys were inside, Mike, Joe, and I yelled, "Everybody get the fuck out!" Everybody was coming out, and then once everybody was outside, that's when the fight
that's
was
when
happening.
the fight started.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. I just
Yeah.
wanted to clarify that. Okay.
So when he was on the ground, this guy Fadi, I know him now, but at the time I didn't know who he was. But this guy's like 6'4", big motherfucker.
yeah.
You know. So he like goes to like hit Nick, and then I go and I throw him off Nick. And then that guy just turns around, cracks me right in the face.
No.
Yeah, but like it wasn't like it was like one-on-one battles going on. It was like
People just
I
hit
think
this
just
guy, and then, like,
everybody
punch,
was just
punch.
hitting whoever.
it was just like
'cause
you're
at
hitting
that
whoever.
point,
And then I remember
everybody
he
was
hits
drunk and-
he hits me. I specifically remember like no pain. Like I just remember like being like what the like how you said like
like
Yeah.
adrenaline.
it was just like the
Probably.
adrenaline and like I just
Well,
remember
like you
being
would
like
feel it the next day, and literally no
Nothing?
like bruising, no.
yeah nothing. And
Wow.
then I remember Chris Kilo. You remember Chris
Yeah.
Kilo? Chris Kilo's like that's Samir going crazy whatever you know. And then at that point, I remember Mike got like chased by like 5 Chaldeans.
Oh my
And then he
gosh.
comes back because they let us sleep there.
They did. So that's what happened. So like I'm in the back seat of the car, and as they're like driving around, so they see a bunch of people just like running everywhere. So
Right.
Like, oh, that's the room. You
Right.
know. So they're like, come with us.
They just took
So-
you back to bed.
Yeah, we I
technically-
slept there.
because they brought us all back into the room, and like there was like weed and alcohol and everything. We're all under 21. obviously.
Okay. Wow.
And they're like, all right, if anybody leaves this room, they're like, you're all going to jail. And
Wow.
I was very surprised because like Troy cops are assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hawthorne has some stories, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, the only times I've ever had run-ins with the cops were like Hawthorne and then high school parties. But like I personally didn't. At the Hawthorne when they came up and the only thing they were like, is anyone underage? And I said, I am, but I wasn't drinking that night. So I was like, I'm good. Like I am,
Right.
I'm not drinking. Bitch is like, why'd you say that? I'm like, because I wasn't drinking. So like if they test me, like we're telling
You're
the
good.
truth. Everybody
Yeah,
else is
yeah.
good, you know? But that was basically it. That's all I have. I feel like that was
That was
suffice.
plenty. It was good.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you have
Absolutely.
fun?
Think.
Yeah, that was good.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We got busy, Fatty.
That's for sure.
We sure did. I really want to have you back on, and I can't wait to
Yeah.
have Mandy on too. Like I'm so.
I
excited.
wanted her to come and like hang out,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
But
I'm
she
like,
didn't
I'd rather her
want it.
listen.
Ruin
you know,
it.
she just wanted to see it.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of ruins the purpose.
For
of
sure.
Watching
That's
it.
why
Like,
Nicolette tries
she's
to
gonna
hide.
sit there and just listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this was so fun. It was.
Yeah.
It was better than I could have ever expected it
Yeah,
to. Like
it was good.
those stories
great.
are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Those
so
are.
she did help me because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous today.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, never done a podcast, or I didn't think, like, I'm not good at like public speaking, or
Yeah.
not that like I don't know how to do it, but I just like I don't know like what to expect.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
You know,
hard.
I love that you were nervous because that makes it like how you said, like I've never been on a podcast. Like
It makes it real.
it makes it like, oh, this is like a legit.
Well, like
podcast.
once we
Like,
started, I think like I was just like, okay.
That's
Yeah,
how it
definitely.
goes. You give somebody the mic, they sit down, and then I say, "Okay, you guys ready?" They say, "Yeah," and then for some reason, you just are ready. Like you just go into it, and like you, Dre, I was both surprised by both of you. I knew Beata was gonna talk, but like
yeah,
I was just.
I literally thought, I'm like, I don't want to be like that guy that just like sits there and just watches them two go at it. And I'm like, okay, here's my input. So that's all I have.
Yeah.
No, you
well, we
were
had so many things we wanted to talk to you about, so we didn't really get into like other topics.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we
and I'm
didn't-
sure like
but
the
we
next
will.
time we do it, like I'll have more stories. And
for sure.
I'm sure like I can elaborate more on like the life and the change and
Yeah. No, you did great. Everything
But
was
even
great.
like this, it's like more of like an introduction type.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
'cause
want
it's
to
your
like
first time
spill
on it.
everything and
Yeah.
Yeah.
just put
It's
it out
more like
there.
an
Keep it in
introduction.
your
and
back
then-
pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
Make them wonder a little bit. Have a
Yeah,
little
like
mystery.
what did he do?
Yeah. No, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your
Good shit,
stories.
Nick. Great.
And
Great episode.
we'll see you next time.
What's up?
For sure.
Thanks, friends. Love ya. Bye.
Peace.